On June 14, 2025, around 3:30 a.m. in the early morning, Melissa Hortman, a Democratic Farmer-Labor Minnesota state representative, was shot dead alongside her husband in her home in Brooklyn Park. This took place just 90 minutes after John Hoffman and his wife were shot in their home in Champlin. But it gets even crazier. A 57-year-old Vance Boelter, dressed as a police officer, and also brought an SUV similar to the police vehicle. This level of planning takes a long time. Police also found a hit list with 70 names. That's a scary number. According to the reports, the names on the list, which CNN obtained, are largely Democrats or figures with ties to Planned Parenthood or the abortion rights movement. The list included prominent lawmakers like Representative Ilhan Omar and Senator Tina Smith, as well as Planned Parenthood leaders. Police said Boelter also had flyers for anti-Trump protests in his car, raising fears that he may also have intended to target those rallies. To understand his motive better, and how he got access to police car, let's look at who Vance Boelter is. Vance worked at a security company, Praetorian Guard Security Services. The company provides uniformed and event security services, and most important clue of all, they also provide residential security patrol cars, the type of car Vance used. More interestingly, his wife Jenny Boelter didn't just work alongside him in the same company, she was listed as president and CEO on the company's website, and Vance is listed as the director of security patrols. On June 14th, around 10 a.m., Jenny was stopped with 3 relatives with whom she was traveling. She was detained for 2 to 3 hours after the police found a weapon, ammunition, cash, and passports in the trunk of her car. So the question here is, was she trying to make an escape? Before the shooting, Vance texted his roommate where he wrote,
"So I just want to let you know that I love you guys both, and I wish it hadn't gone this way. I don't want to say anything more and implicate you in any way. You guys don't know anything about this, but I love you guys, and I'm sorry for all the trouble this has caused."
Back in 2016, he was appointed to the Governor's Workforce Development Board, a 60-member unpaid advisory board by then-Governor of Minnesota Mark Dayton, and reappointed for a 4-year term in 2019 by the current governor, Tim Walz, who was also on his hit list. But some reports also say that he was strongly supporting the Trump administration. Almost all the reports claims that the motive behind the shooting and the people on his hit list were lawmakers and representatives supporting the pro-abortion laws. But this raises serious questions on the freedom of speech. And why is the topic of abortion this controversial that people are willing to kill each other? Because this isn't the first incident related to abortion rights violence. 3 years ago, in June 2022, a chilling assassination plot against Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh was foiled in Maryland. A 26-year-old man from California named Nicholas John Rosk traveled across the country with a specific goal: to kill Kavanaugh at his home in Chevy Chase. So, he arms himself with a Glock 17 pistol, ammunition, zip ties, a knife, pepper spray, duct tape, and burglary tools. Not just that, he even wore black clothing and packed tactical gear, including a bulletproof vest. However, after noticing Marshall's guards outside the home, Roske wet his pants. Instead of following his plans, he dialed 911 on himself and confessed his intentions. Just like Vance, Roske's motive, as revealed in the criminal complaint, was deeply political. He told investigators he was upset over the leaked draft opinion, suggesting the Supreme Court would overturn Roe v. Wade, and a belief that Justice Kavanaugh would vote against gun control and abortion access. The plot sparked national concern over the safety of federal judges, especially in the wake of increasingly politicized court rulings. And in response to this, Congress passed legislation to boost security for Supreme Court justices and their families, reflecting the rising tension surrounding judicial independence and public unrest in a deeply polarized America. So now the question arises why people are so violent and polarized regarding abortion laws. And the answer to this very question is primarily tied with the two-party system of the United States. And abortion has been the center of all the election campaign throughout the years. Basically, the one who supports abortion are mostly liberals, the supporters of Democratic Party, that believe that all women should have rights to their own body and decide what they want to do with them. Whereas on the other side, the conservative, the ones supporting the Republican Party, are against the abortions. They believe that abortion simply means killing babies. But people are so blinded by their political beliefs on the either side that they often seem others who generally don't support their ideas as enemies, which exactly what happens in such cases. And even now, on Twitter, people are fighting over if Vance was a Democrat or a Republican and ignoring the most important question, which is violence against freedom of speech, and such people are beyond saving. I am not here to tell you if you should support the Democrats or Republican. I am here for the people of the United States, their well-being, and make the world a better and peaceful place. So, if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you guys think.